What made so much? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. वो श्लोक याद है ना? पुनश्च भूयात् भगवती अनंत रतिम प्रसंगास ततत आश्रयेषु। आगे बोलो। वेरी नाइस, जय हो, वंडरफुल। पापा की बारी है, वो फंसे हुए हैं। उनको याद नहीं आ रहा कल क्या हुआ था, भूल गए। शुड रिवाइज। जब तक मैं नहीं आया आप लोग सब बंद करके वीडियो बैठे थे, कम से कम रिवाइज तो कर लो। कल क्या किया था हमने, कल क्या कवर किया था। जितना रिवाइज करेंगे उतना हमारा कॉन्शियसनेस में वो कनेक्ट करेगा। आपको पता है माननीय माता जी, कौन सी दो क्वालिटीज थी जिनकी वजह से बहुत ही गदगद थे परीक्षित महाराज? वो ऐसी क्या दिव्य गुण है सुखदेव गोस्वामी के?
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु, दंडवत प्रणाम।
हरे कृष्णा।
याद नहीं है प्रभु।
पढ़ेंगे तो याद होगा।
आवाज आवाज कट रही है, रिपीट करेंगे?
What was the outstanding qualities of Shukdev Goswami
बिगेस्ट
which
क्वालिटी वाज
gladdened
his biggest quality was that he was accepted by all. He was accepted unanimously to lead, and his presence was gorgeous.
No, there was specific mention. Parikshit Maharaj is specifically mentioning what quality that is really uh, made him feel so worthy. What is that quality? Where is there in the verses? Sonika?
I don't know, Prabhuji.
Anyone else who remembers? What were the qualities yesterday we discussed? Yes, Ramya, बोलिए।
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, the quality of Sukadev Goswami is that he can purify the place of pilgrimage.
Yes, very good. We discussed this so many times. Before this, we discussed from Mahatma Vidur also. That you sanctified us. And he said specifically, you have sanctified us by your presence, by making us the place of pilgrimage. Okay, that was one. Very good. That is an outstanding quality. What was the other? Priyanka? पढ़ो ना, आप लोग पढ़ोगे नहीं तो फिर कैसे चलेगा? You have to revise. You have already answered one. Let others also answer. What was the second quality? No one remembers. आप ही बताओ रम्या, ये सब तो कुछ बताने के लिए मना ही कर रहे हैं, नहीं बता रहे।
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, Parikshit Maharaj glorifies that simply by remembering Sukadev Goswami, one can get purified.
That is, you have already said that he has already purified him. He has sanctified his place to become the place of pilgrimage. That is purifying. What else? One more quality outstanding is there. And it is there. It is nothing that we are discussing something bizarre, out of the box. बोलिए पुरुषोत्तम.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Another quality was Sukhdev Goswami. Simply by remembering him, every houses are getting sanctified.
That is true. That we have already discussed. As she has already said. The second most important quality. What did Parikshit Maharaj address himself as? Swami. What did he say about himself? Yesterday I discussed that. Pradeep? Should hear properly with attention. If you don't hear, if the attention is not there in hearing, then how will there be retention? If attention and retention is not there, then how then there will be absorption? Yes, Ramya? बोले.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Kshatriya Bandhu.
Yeah, Shatra Bandhu, he said. So what has happened? That Shatra Bandhu has become what? What is the glory of Shukdev Goswami? He is acknowledging. Even being Shatra Bandhu has become qualified. And what is the qualification? It has become qualified to serve the devotees. The most unworthy, he says the most unworthy royalty, which is not eligible, has become eligible to serve the devotees. Who are the devotees? Those who have all assembled. Such exalted personalities who have assembled there. Going forward. Good. The fortunate King Parikshit said, "O Brahmana, by your mercy only, you have sanctified us, making us, by your mercy, we who are unworthy royalty, have become eligible to serve the devotee." Further, he says, simply by our remembering you, our houses become instantly sanctified. And what to speak of seeing you, touching you, washing your lotus feet, and offering you a seat in our home. Sanidhyate te mahayogin patakani mahati api sadhyo nashyanti vaipumsam vishnureva suretara. Just as the atheist cannot remain in the presence of the personality of Godhead, so also the invulnerable sins of a man are immediately vanquished in your presence. O saint, O great mystic. As atheists cannot remain in the presence of the personality of Godhead, so also the invulnerable sins of a man are immediately vanquished. Patita pavan karo, yehi to marg. There are two classes of human beings, namely the atheist and the devotee of the Lord. The devotee of the Lord, because of manifesting godly qualities, is called a demigod. What is the verse? The devotee of the Lord, because of manifesting godly qualities, is also called a demigod. What is the verse? Very famous verse from Srimad Bhagavatam. This is very famous verse. You should be knowing, all of you. Bole Sonika, what is this verse? So many times I have quoted, it is there in Bhagavad Gita also purports.
I don't remember, Prabhuji.
Huh? How do we move forward if you don't reply and respond? Ravinder, बताइए श्लोक. What verse is this? Anyone who knows this verse? What Prabhupada is quoting here? Bolo Dashil, at least you should be knowing this verse.
प्रभु जी यशस्ति भक्ति भगवती रकिंचन
Next line. सर्वे गुणास्तत्र समासते सुरा हरौ भक्तस्य कुतो महद्गुणा मनोरथेन धावतो वही. यस्यास्ति भक्तिर् भगवती अकिंचना सर्वे गुणस्तत्र समासते सुरा. Sarve gunastatra samasate sura. The devotee of the Lord, because of manifesting godly qualities, is called a demigod, whereas the atheist is called a demon. The demon cannot stand the presence of Vishnu, the personality of Godhead. The demons are always busy trying to vanquish the personality of Godhead. But factually, as soon as the personality of Godhead appears, by either his transcendental name, form, attributes, pastime, paraphernalia, or variegatedness, the demon is at once vanquished. It is said that a ghost cannot remain as soon as the holy name of the Lord is chanted. The great saints and devotees of the Lord are in the list of his paraphernalia. And thus, as soon as a saintly devotee is present, the ghastly sins are at once vanquished. Yahara nikate ghele, pape dure jaye. Eman dayalu Prabhu, keba kotha paay. This is the verdict of all Vedic literatures. One is recommended, therefore, to associate only with saintly devotees so that the worldly demons and ghosts cannot exert their sinister influence. Api me Bhagavan Prita Krishna Pandu Suta Priya Petra Swasheya Prityartham Tadgotra Syata Bandhava Tat Gotrasya Atah Bandhava. Lord Krishna, the personality of Godhead, who is very dear to the sons of King Pandu, has accepted me as one of those relatives just to please his great cousin brothers. This is Parikshit Maharaj speaking. A pure and exclusive devotee of the Lord serves his family interest more dexterously than others who are attached to illusionary family affairs. Very powerful statement. A pure and exclusive devotee of the Lord serves his family interest more dexterously than others who are attached to illusory family affairs. Generally, people are attached to family matters, and the whole economic impetus of human society is moving under the influence of family affection. Such deluded persons have no information that one can render better service to the family by becoming a devotee of the Lord. The Lord gives special protection to the family members of the descendants of a devotee, even though such members are themselves non-devotees. Very important. Maharaj Prahlad was a great devotee of the Lord, but his father Hiranyakashipu was a great atheist and declared enemy of the Lord. But despite all this, Hiranyakashipu was awarded salvation due to his being the father of Maharaj Prahlad. The Lord is so kind that he gives all protection to the family members of his devotee. And thus the devotee has no need to bother about his family members. Even if one leaves such family members aside to discharge devotional service, Maharaj Yudhishthira and his brothers were the sons of Kunti, the paternal aunt of Lord Krishna. And Maharaj Parikshit admits the patronage of Lord Krishna because of him being the only grandson of the great Pandavas. Why did Shukadeva Goswami appear? Because Krishna favored the Pandavas. How do we know the favor of Krishna towards the Pandava? That because Parikshit Maharaj is in their lineage, just to protect him, Krishna made this arrangement of Srimad Bhagavatam being spoken to him. That is why he is saying, Anyatha te avyakta gate darshanamna katham ninam nitaram niyamananam samsiddhasya vaniyasha. Otherwise, without being inspired by Lord Krishna, how is it that you have voluntarily appeared here? Though you are moving incognito to the common man and are not visible to us, who are on the verge of death. So anything which happens, it is because of the intervention. Any favorable thing which happens in the life of a devotee, you can clearly see the hand of Krishna. Saying otherwise, without being inspired by Lord Krishna, how is it that you have voluntarily appeared here? It is not just by chance or by providence you have appeared. It is by the plan of Krishna. The great sage Sukadeva Goswami was certainly inspired by Lord Krishna to appear voluntarily before Maharaj Parikshit, the great devotee of the Lord, just to give him the teachings of Srimad Bhagavatam. One can achieve the nucleus of the devotional service of the Lord by the mercy of a spiritual master and the personality of Godhead. The spiritual master is the manifested representative of the Lord to help one achieve ultimate success. One who is not authorized by the Lord cannot become a spiritual master. Sukadeva Goswami is an authorized spiritual master, and thus he was inspired by the Lord to appear before Maharaj Parikshit and instruct him in the teachings of Srimad Bhagavatam. Any other episode or incidents that we remember that comes in Srimad Bhagavatam? Like Shukadeva Goswami appearing here on the scene. And guiding Maharaj Parikshit to achieve success. What are the other? Any other incident? Yes, Ramya?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Prabhuji, Narada Muni appeared at the place of Vyasadeva.
Narad Muni at the place of Vyasadeva. Okay. More prominent?
Vidur Maharaj appeared to instruct Dhritarashtra.
Okay. Okay. And others can also participate. When we see clearly the hand of Krishna. Of course, both in these cases also, what you said. What are the other episodes?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Prabhuji,
Yeah.
Bhismadev, Lord wanted Bhismadev to speak to the Pandavas. So that arrangement also was by the Lord.
Yes, very good. Good. I am specifically looking for one more instance where clearly the intervention of the Lord is there. And the spiritual master arrives in the scene from nowhere. In the case of Dhruv Maharaj. Dhruv Maharaj wanted to find the Supreme Lord. But how to find him? Immediately on the scene, who arrives? Narad Muni arrives. And thus he was inspired by the Lord to appear before Maharaj Parikshit and instruct him in the teachings of Srimad Bhagavatam. By the Lord statement. This is the statement, achieve success, ultimate success. Prabhupada is saying one can achieve the ultimate success of going back to Godhead if he is favored by the Lord sending his true representative. As soon as the true representative Lord is met by a devotee of the Lord, the devotee is assured a guarantee for going back to Godhead just after leaving the present body. This, however, depends on the sincerity of the devotee himself. The Lord is seated in the heart of all living beings, and thus he knows very well the movement of all individual persons. As soon as the Lord finds that a particular soul is very eager to go back to Godhead, the Lord at once sends his bona fide representative. The sincere devotee is thus assured by the Lord of going back to Godhead. The conclusion is that to get the assistance and help of a bona fide spiritual master means to receive the direct help of the Lord himself. Very beautiful word this. Atha prikshami samsiddhim yoginam paramam gurum purushasya iha yat karyam mriyamanasya sarvata. Atha prikshami samsiddhim tasmat gurum prapadyate jigyasu shreya uttamam. This is the shreya uttamam. What is he inquiring? He is inquiring, you are the spiritual master of the great saints and devotee. Yoginam paramam gurum. I am therefore begging you to show the way of perfection. Atha prikshami samsiddhim. What is that? Purushasya iha yat karyam. For all persons and specifically for one, what is his duty? Niyamana, one who is about to die. So therefore, I am begging you to show the way of perfection for all persons and especially for one who is about to die. Yesterday, who was asking? Purushottam. So this question was not answered. And Shukdev Goswami appeared. And now again, Parikshit Maharaj is inquiring from him. Unless one is perfectly anxious to inquire about the way of perfection. What is the purport where Prabhupada begins? This was Tasmat Gurum Prapadyate Jigyasu Shreya Uttamam. Anyone remembers? Day before yesterday, Manoram Prabhu showed the verse. How Prabhupada begins the purport? Yes, Dashil.
Prabhuji, one who is really interested in the real happiness, actually interested in the real happiness, he should approach a spiritual master.
One who is actually interested, who is really interested. No, not a farce, not a show. One who is perfectly anxious to inquire about the way of perfection. There is no necessity of approaching a spiritual, unless one is perfectly anxious, there is no necessity of approaching the spiritual master. It is the same verse. You can see now, that how Prabhupada is presenting. A spiritual master is not a kind of decoration for a householder. Prabhupada is saying, a spiritual master is not a kind of decoration for the householder, that you decorate him in your house. Generally, a fashionable materialist engages a so-called spiritual master without any profit. The pseudo-spiritual master flatters the so-called disciple, and thereby both the master and his ward go to hell without a doubt. Maharaj Parikshit is the right type of disciple because he puts forward questions vital to the interest of all men, particularly for the dying man. The question put forward by Maharaj Parikshit is the basic principle for the complete thesis of Srimad Bhagavatam. Now let us see how intelligently the great master replies. Yat shrotavyam atho japyam yat kartavyam nirbhi prabhu smartavyam bhajaniyam va bruhi adva viparyayam yat shrotavyam atho japavyam yat kartavyam smartavyam bhajaniyam. So please let me know what a man should hear. Shrotavyam. One should chant Japyam. Smartavyam, remember. And Bhajaniyam is worship. And also what he should not do. Very important. Please explain all to me. Grahashu grahamedina na lakshaye avasthanam apigo dohanam koche. Very beautiful. O powerful Brahmana, it is said that you hardly stay in the house of men long enough for a cow to be milked. Na lakshate hi avasthanam. Avasthanam means time period. Api go dohanam kochit. Where you do not stay? In the place of graheshu grahamedinam. In the places, houses of those who are grahamedinam. Prabhupada will speak. Saints and sages in the renounced order of life go to the houses of the householders at the time they milk the cows early in the morning and ask some quantity of milk for subsistence. A pound of milk fresh from the milk bag of a cow is sufficient to feed an adult with all vitamin values. And therefore saints and sages live only on milk. Even the purest of the householder keeps at least 10 cows. Prabhupada is saying the poorest of the householder keeps at least 10 cows, each delivering 12 to 20 quarts of milk. And therefore, no one hesitates to spare a few pounds of milk for the mendicants. It is the duty of our householders to maintain the saints and sages as they maintain their children. So a saint like Shukdev Goswami would hardly stay at the house of a householder for more than 5 minutes in the morning. In other words, such saints are very rarely seen in the houses of householders. And Maharaj Parikshit therefore prayed to him to instruct him as soon as possible. The householder should also be intelligent enough to get some transcendental information from visiting sages. The householder should not foolishly ask a saint to deliver what is available in the market. Prabhupada is hammering. The householder should not foolishly ask a saint to deliver what is available in the market. That should be the reciprocal relation between the saints and the householders. This is the final verse of the first canto. Suta uvacha evam abhashita prishta sarajnas lakshna yagira pratyabhya abhasata dharmagno Bhagavan Badarayana. Srila Shuddha Goswami said, the king thus spoke and questioned the sage using sweet language. Then the great and powerful personality, the son of Vyasadeva, who knew the principles of religion, began his reply. That we will discuss on Sunday. Tomorrow will be spiritual scientist. Thus ends the Bhakti Vedanta purport to the first canto, 19 chapters of Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled The Appearance of Srila Shukadeva Goswami. Hare Krishna. So by Vishesh, I mean, the very causeless mercy that we could all together study and discuss the first canto. And we'll begin the second canto. Second canto is relatively smaller as compared to the first canto. But the third canto is relatively bigger, big, large one. That may take more than a year. Second canto will be over. Let us hope by before Janmashtami we'll be able to complete it. From here to Janmashtami. Okay. On the first canto, first room, you all know, no? Some elderly devotees come and they read Srimad Bhagavatam. So they were reading the summary of one of the chapters. And there it was said that one must have, profound faith in the process of Krishna consciousness. And it was also described that how the faith can be achieved. That faith comes by hearing Krishna Katha in association. So I am very grateful to all of you who survived at least the first canto. How many of you aspire to complete all the 12 cantos? First, 2 hands over. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. So this gives me more impetus to continue. Any discussion? Any question? Any contributions? Full canto is over. Yes, Purushottam Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare
In
Krishna.
text 35, Prabhu, Prabhupada is saying the Lord gives a special protection to the family members and descendants of a devotee, even though such members are themselves non-devotees. So, Prabhuji, in present scenario, if someone, some devotee is there in a family and others are non-devotee, so they will all get delivered.
It will depend. If the family member is a real true devotee, then to what extent he is a devotee? If he is a devotee of the caliber of Prahlad and Dhruva, of course.
Yes.
But if he is not, then ye yatha mam prapadyante. What Srila Prabhupada said, which has really inspired me all through my journey in Krishna consciousness. Prabhupada said that my disciples and my grand disciples, parents, will come to know of their fortune at the time of their passing away. When the last final moment of life will come, when they have to leave this body, then they will come to know of their good fortune. Why? Because someone in their family has been a follower of Srila Prabhupada. He has sincerely followed and served Prabhupada, who is really a true representative of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Dhruv Maharaj did all tapasya. Did Sunati Devi also did tapasya? And when Dhruv Maharaj was returning, he inquired from the Vishnu Dutas that I want my mother to return. So what did he see? that we will discuss in the fourth canto. That Sunati Devi has already mounted the chariots brought in by the Vishnu Dutas. And Prabhupada is citing the example of whom here in this purport? Don't read. What is the example Prabhupada is citing?
Prahlad Maharaj and Hiranyakashipu.
Hiranyakashipu. Even if he is an atheist to the extent of Hiranyakashipu, at least he will get liberation or salvation. But the point is, one has to be a devotee. He must have accepted and followed the devotional principles. Then the devotional protection is, of course, there. Of course, most of the parents or the family members of the devotees are not devotees. Most of them are still non-devotees, but they get this benefit. Because one of their family members has pleased the Lord. This is what the entire parampara is all about. Why did Shukdev Goswami appear on the scene of Parikshit Maharaj? What is Parikshit Maharaj confessing here? Why did Shukdev Goswami appear? What is your understanding?
It was Lord Krishna's arrangement.
Why it was Lord Krishna's plan? That also is explained. What was Lord Krishna's plan? Specifically, this is what we have to accept and understand and pick up from the Shastra, which gives us such faith and such conviction in the heart. What was the acknowledgement echoed by Parikshit Maharaj? Ravinder, what was the cause?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Lord Krishna want to protect the lineage of Pandavas.
Yes, because of his affection to Pandavas. Because of his special favor to the Pandavas. So whoever is coming in the Pandavas family, and now who is there in the Pandava family? It is Parikshit Maharaj. You get the point? But to the extent we have performed devotional service, we can pass on. That is what Prabhupada is hammering. That he can do such service to his family members, even if he leaves the family. He does not live with the family. He is not in touch with the family, so-called touch. What is the touch? The skin disease. So he is free from the skin disease. But the ultimate benefit or the profit, they will all achieve and attain. So that is the special empowerment which is given to bhakti, the process of bhakti, and to a bhakta. Whomever he considers dear, whether that person is devotee or non-devotee, that person will get the benefit. He'll get the favor. What favor he'll get? He'll get the ultimate favor from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, because this is the desire of Krishna's devotee. Hare Krishna. Clear? अरे बोलो, सुनाई दे रहा है नहीं दे रहा है?
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु, बीच में प्रभु नेटवर्क इश्यू हो रहा है.
So if you are 10% devotee, you will be able to pass on the 10% benefit.
Yes, प्रभु.
If you are 50% devotee, following the 50% of the process, you will be able to pass on 50%. If you are 100%, 100% will be passed on. Hare Krishna. Anyone else? Tomorrow is Srivas Thakur's appearance day. Very auspicious day. This is what Mahaprabhu was so satisfied and so happy with Srivas. What did he say to Srivas Thakur? What did he declare for Srivas Thakur? What benefit will be passed on to Srivas Thakur? Yes, Monica?
Mm. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, Mahaprabhu told that there may be chance that Lakshmi Devi may beg for something, but there will be no
That is true.
scarcity.
But in this context to what we are discussing, in the context to what we are discussing, in response to Purushottam Prabhu's question. Yes, Ramya? Bro? Off kar diya.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, even the cat and dogs of Srivas
Yes. Even the cats and dogs in the house of Srivas will be delivered. They will return home back to Godhead. What to speak of parents? What to speak of family members? Even the cats and dogs in the house of Srivas will be delivered. That is our greatest hope. That in Srivas Angan, Mahaprabhu saying even the cats and dogs of Srivas will be delivered. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Tata God Premanande. Hare Hare Bol. Hare Krishna.